Hello and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 Plays. My name is Paul James, and today, I think it's fairly straightforward what we're going to be playing. We're playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The game has just recently come out. I picked up the gold edition of the game, which was available a few days early, but ultimately didn't get to spend much time with it. As many of you know, I've got a new child, my first child, so there's a lot of work that's going into that at the moment. I finally got to start the game earlier today, and I enjoyed the hour or so that I got to spend with it, and I thought, why not make a Player 2 Plays out of what I do going forward? So we're diving into Assassin's Creed Odyssey today. And this is kind of part two of this revised approach to what Ubisoft has been doing with the Assassin's Creed franchise. They heard our feedback. They heard that people were tired and frustrated with the established formula. And as you can see, I'm only level 2. And they responded to it. They made changes. They looked to do things differently. And I applaud any developer, any publisher who listens to the feedback from the fans, from the players, from the store representatives, from the media, whatever it needs to be. I think this circular dialogue that's going on, I had no real problems with Assassin's Creed. But I'm glad that they listened to everyone else, because when they stepped away and made some changes, the difference from what we saw in Syndicate to what we saw in last year's release, Origins, was extraordinary. And I think everything they did was for the betterment of the franchise. And from everything I've heard about Odyssey, it seems they've taken what they did well in Origins, blended it with some other aspects that we've seen. People are saying this is the black flag of this revised portion of the franchise, so we're going to be on boats a lot more, and I've taken a look at the map. We're certainly going to be on boats a lot more. And it seems like this might be one of the best Assassin's Creeds ever, which has been really, really pleasing. And that's not to say Origins wasn't, because last year I was saying this is one of the best Assassin's Creeds ever. And they'd lent so heavily on RPG systems, things that we've come to take for granted out of our Witcher 3s and our Fallouts and all those sorts of things. But let's get into it. So I chose to play as Kassandra. There was Alexios, and Kassandra. I better crank my brightness down. I must apologise for this. I was playing in a room that wasn't necessarily the most adequate for gaming earlier in the day. There was a lot of glare. I'm just going to quickly pop this brightness back down to an acceptable level. That will mean there's less glare for you now that we're playing. That's better. A bit more depth. So you can play as Alexios, you can play as Kassandra. I was immediately taken by Kassandra when they revealed her, or just kind of the multiple protagonists during the E3 Ubisoft showcase. We got and where's my side quest? There. Alright. We have our heading. I was really taken by those characters, and I wanted, specifically Kassandra, so I wanted to see what things were like for her. And I can't say that I've often opted, given the choice, to play as a female protagonist. I've got no problem with them. Lara Croft is amazing. Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, incredible. And there are other fantastic examples of female protagonists in games. But when I've been given the choice, I've either created my own custom male person that I try and make look a little bit like me, or embellish a few things, or whatever the case may be. But I never picked someone of the opposite gender. But the way Kassandra carried herself in those trailers really appealed to me. The way she acted, the way she spoke, really jived with me, where Alexios didn't. Alright, so this woman, basically, at the end of the last mission that I completed, I was retracing my steps out of a cave. I'd just gone and killed some thieves, and I got to the entrance there, and as I got to the entrance, I saw this woman here, and no one needed to know that I was exiting this thing. She was kind of bowing and worshipping a Greek god statue, looking for help, and I kind of spoke to her as that god, telling her that a lot of gold will be on her way soon. So here we are.
I entreat you.
But there's dialogue options, so it didn't necessarily have to play out this way. I could potentially not be doing this. I could have killed her. I could have just told her to go away, whatever the case may be.
You called?
Oh, Kassandra, you startled me.
Why are you looking for a champion?
I need someone worthy to win the Spear of Kephalus. I've been deciphering some of the sanctuary.
Although I think I might have activated the main mission as opposed to...
The spear was hidden in the caves beneath Kefalonia when the temple was built. You could get it for me, couldn't you? I can give you a reward.
If the spear is in the caves, I'll find it.
Well, maybe you were sent by Kephalus.
Why do you need a spear? Not thinking of becoming a soldier.
Yeah, she doesn't look the soldier sort.
But think how many people will come to the shrine if we have the Spear of Kephalus. With their donations, I could do so many things. Repair the sanctuary, feed the hungry families in Sami.
Okay, so where is this spear?
Where will I find it?
Apparently, it's hidden deep in the caves beneath Kefalonia. There's an entrance north of here. Maybe you can try that way first.
That's not much to go on.
You have so little faith in the gods. If Kephalus means for us to have the spear, you will find it.
Right.
I'll see what I can find.
What I'd heard a lot about the through the review cycle that's already occurred. Was this the mission that I was supposed to do? I don't think it was. Where's my map? Yeah, I was 110 meters away from where I was supposed to be. What's the icon for that one there? There we are. Whoops. Oh, we'll come back to that later. We'll go deal with this side quest. From what I'd heard from the reviews is that the side quests, the optional missions that kind of emerge, they're the sort that you don't need to do. You could easily reject these people, and there are apparently consequences for that.
Looks like these new baskets were off to market.
But
until the cart broke.
Here we go. This is our woman.
Just like she said. God, looks pretty worse for wear.
But what they're asking, it all like it brings out the good in you. You want to help these people, which I think that's a really powerful thing.
This should help. Better them than the bandits.
So what I'm doing is tucking some of the gold that I took from those bandits, and I'm just sticking it in the little box chest thing here, and our woman friend here is happy, and she has no idea that I had anything to do with it. She believed it was Hermes, the Greek god Hermes, that was responsible. And well, we have a happy customer. Recommended level 2. So let's go and check this one out. This cave. What's the go with this statue? Oh, it's a message board, so I can take on more missions. I'm happy to accept it, but I'm going to make sure, and sorry, this is still me working out these different systems. Oh, it's cool. I've still got the mission that I intended to do. Let's take a closer look. That looks like an entrance to a cave, though. I must say. That's far too far away. The load times when I boot up from the Eagle, there's something I've noticed already. They're not fantastic. As it tries to render the world again. It's one of the weaker aspects of the game. Melisani Cave is the likely spot. That is where we are. Let us climb up here. We'll just safely jump inside. We don't want to cave our head in. Traveler's boots. That's not what I'm after, but someone's been trapped in a web. Let's just resurface before we drown. Let's see if there's anything else that we could benefit from on the floor of the lake. Doesn't look like it. Alright, where can we go? Surely that's... Must be multiple chests. Based on the fact that it says there's 2 treasure things to loot. I feel like I've been so blessed lately playing games with, no, what would we call them? Batman's detective vision, I guess. That I've almost forgotten how to just search for hidden items. But I must say, with some of these, and just to be clear, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is perhaps the most recent example of mine where I've played a game that has that feature. I must say, though, I feel like I'd really benefit from here because there's so much going on in the environment. It makes it quite hard to distinguish what's what. Like it's certainly suggesting that there is more treasure to be found down here, but I don't know where the hell it is. Oh, hang on, here's a cave. Let's go into the cave. So we're just having a bit of a fool about in the game today, just learning about the game's systems and what there is to see and do and find and explore. We'll mess around with some combat, hopefully, throughout our time today. But there's a lot to interact with. There's a lot of systems that are all working together here, and it can be quite overwhelming at first. And I'm a veteran of Assassin's Creed games. I spent a lot of time with Origins. I reviewed it. But it's still like there's an adjustment that's required when playing the game, and not because it's doing the wrong things, because it certainly isn't. But it's just you, the player, adjusting to the needs of this game and almost having to switch off from some of the luxuries that we've all gotten used to over recent years. Wonder if there's some guys here that might need a killing. Certainly the last time I entered, it does say it's an exploration area.
They'll be watching for me. I need to be careful.
Here we go. Alright, we've got some combat coming up. Well, potentially combat. I don't know, I might stealth my entire way through and kill everyone. There's our remaining loot treasure. Oh shit. Oh well, let's go. I didn't mean to do that. So you've got your dodges, you've got your parry, and it's important that you're kind of combining all of those. You can, probably early days, hack and slash your way through somewhat, like I'm doing at the moment. I'm not even mashing per se. But that won't fly all the time. Oh, no, I want you to stay in there. Get out. There we go, there's the spear. Dead carcass. Alright, well we got some killing in. I'd hoped to be able to use some stealth in that scenario, but it turned out those were the only two guys present in the cave, and they weren't budging from where they were, so I had to just be all gung-ho and kill them. Alright, let's go turn in this quest. There's a lot of buttons that you need to keep track of whilst playing. It can be a little confusing at times, adjusting to what everything does. But you'll do so in time. I certainly feel like I have been adjusting throughout the... Well, you saw it was about 47 minutes of playtime before, and probably, 20 minutes so far? Going on 20 minutes that we've played so far. So... I've not spent a lot of time with it, and I can already feel that I'm slowly adjusting. It's just some little clumsy mistakes. I'm like, oh, no, that's not what this button does. I've just been recording, capturing stuff from other games prior, so that if anyone's gone from one game to another, especially games in the same sort of genre but with different controls, it can be a little bit jarring, bouncing from game to game and getting your control schemes right in your head. So we haven't gotten had this big, this is why I'm the assassin moment yet. I presume that's not that far away. But we're not going to be diving too much into story stuff today. Oh, that's just... Oh, hang on, we've got like werewolf fur. It's got that blue. Let's talk to her.
Kassandra, have you come back to talk about the spear?
I have.
Oh, good. Tell me, did you find it?
Ah. Okay, so I could lie. Okay, we're really diving into these systems a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just going to give it to her. I'm a good person, I think.
What? No reward? Oh, Kassandra, I'm in your debt. If ever there's a
And also,
way
look, this is a video game. If I do these sort of really generous things, it tends to come back,
I will remember.
paying it forward. Ugh. And I've leveled up. Now, I haven't actually cashed in any of my XP or my levels up, my skill points yet, so we'll jump into that menu and take a bit of a look and see what's available to us in these early stages. Presumably in the abilities tab. Yes. So all of these require level 5, that next tier anyway, with some being prerequisites. But these are all available to me. So, with 2 ability points, what will I use? I think that's a good start, but I'll take a look, see what else is available. Venomous attacks, that doesn't bother me with poison damage, at least not right now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we need Revelation. Let's lock that down right away. That's exactly what I need after what I was talking about before. And I know that I was just saying that I've been kind of blessed and I get coddled a little bit by that. But it's really helpful. Though I do feel like in a game such as this, that is an ability that you should have from the get-go. Alright. Let's go and find a landmark. I'm just looking at the compass across the top of the screen here, seeing what's kind of close. So we're steering clear of the main story beats right now. Let's trek out here to this place. And it's about 190 meters away. It's a donkey. Hey, donkey. So, what have we got in store here? Is this just a neat location? An abandoned house. But it's got some loot. So let's find it. Instantly paying off having this ability. Right, now we'll also have some new gear to potentially go through, like that hammer or that mace that I just picked up. We've got a sword here. This is the common sword. We've just picked up the mace. You can dismantle if you so desire. You can't dismantle a weapon that you've just acquired. I don't know that I don't really want to use maces, so I think I might dismantle that, given that I'm not going to be using it anyway. But we've got some new gear, some foot gear I think we picked up before. Both of them boost our armor. One is plus 4% assassin damage, one is plus 4 hunter damage. I think it's just down to how they look. That is certainly more badass. But I think we'll go with the Traveler's boots. That was purely down to aesthetics as far as I'm concerned there. Rare waist, let's equip that. Just because a bit of bonus assassin damage and a 1% crit. Cool. Anything else? There must be more because I'm still seeing the little indicator up there. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's just us browsing our bag. Cool. And then we've got our different quests. So we've got... Oh, I don't want to go back there. No, go back. So we've got our side quests that are available to us. Mercenary work, which we might go and do since we are level 3. That's fine. Oh, wolf furs. Yeah, let's go and cash that in. Odyssey being the main missions that required me to be level 3, so I'm now good to go with that as well. So I think some of these extra side quests have got me exactly where I need to be to progress through the game a little bit. I did find that with Origins, and I'm going to assume that the balance is not perfect here, and that I might in fact need to do it even in Odyssey as well. I had to spend, I'm going to say it was about 3 to 4 hours at one point, just level grinding, which is a product of the RPG systems in place in this game. It's not something I would have had to do with traditional Assassin's Creed games. I would have been able to just continue playing, rely on my skill, not my level, not a statistic. But that's alright. I love RPGs, so I just hope they get the balancing right here, that I don't need to grind. Maybe I need to do 1 or 2 side quests at the most, and then I'm good to go again. And if they can space that out, rather than have me truck along at a really good pace and then all of a sudden well, Paul, you need to spend 2 or 3 hours doing this grinding, then I think that balance would be right.
Don't tell Marcos. He'll get jealous.
I posted publicly to give the others a chance, but you're always so keen.
What are the pelts for this time?
The Athenians want armor for the war. Good
Now,
protection for them.
this mission I actually
Good
picked up
draft
off a
meat
message
for
board,
me.
so that is another option as
All
well.
accounted for.
In record time, too. Take your pay, it's well earned.
Stay out of trouble.
Well earned.
You should take your own advice.
Doesn't put me that far away from leveling up either. So, we might wrap things up there. Like I said, I'm not going to be diving into the main missions of the game, but we've seen a little bit about the combat. We've seen a lot of traversal, the environment here, both water-based and on the ground. A horse.
Move.
You can now see me riding a horse. I don't even have a heading here, but we'll just go anyway. So, that wraps up this episode of Player 2 Plays, one dedicated to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. All those buttons are down below here, and hit that notification bell. That way you're alerted to every video the moment it goes live on our channel. I'm going to stop this because I don't know where the hell I'm going. That includes Patched, the Video Games Club, the Late Game Review, Gamer School, The Insider, and a whole lot more. There's some awesome content on our channel, so please be sure to go and check it out. The website, player2.net.au, where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writer's Draft, and heaps more. There's some awesome content there, so please be sure to go and check it out. It's all contributed by some of the best talent in Australia, so go and see their work. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, and consider kicking in a few dollars. At the lower tiers, you'll get early access to episodes, such as this, Patched, The Insider, and a whole lot more. At higher tiers, you get monthly exclusives, and the ability to join us in the monthly Player 2 podcast. We would love to hear your voice on that show. We would love for your support. You are helping the Player 2 dream to grow. Thank you very much in advance for your support. For rolling updates, you can find me at PaulJamesP2 on Twitter. The website, you'll find at Player2AU on Twitter. And until next time, like I said, this is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm enjoying what I've played so far, and I'm keen to get into more. I'll see you later. Cheers.